The Gauteng province has the largest population of hostel dwellers in the country, with more than 150,000 dwellers in 45 hostels. The hostel economy concept is an idea that seeks to align the hostel economy with the broader Gauteng provincial development plans. And for more on this, we're now joined by the brainchild of the concept, Prince Africa Zulu of the Onkweni Royal House, to tell us more about this initiative. Prince Africa, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. I mean, most of us know about the township economy, and your concept is a bit different. Yours is about the hostel economy. Maybe tell us more about that. What is a hostel economy?
Thank you so much, Mbali. Thank you to the viewers at home. The concept of the hostel economy was born from the current crisis that we noticed that it was just not getting solved, where the gap became bigger and bigger between the poor and the rich, and it was due to lack of skills found in hostels. In the initial case, hostels were places where people that were there. There were people who actually got very skilled. They work in rail companies known as Zulu, previously known as Plaza Transnet combined. So they used to really benefit, get some skills, get some experience, and they go back home to feed their families. Over the years now, things have changed. People are now really suffering, and there are no skills in the hostel found. There's no sort of empowerment. The only found politician going to look for votes on top of that. And when they come there to look for criminals, because they know that they have invested in the hostel hosting the worst criminals. So I came up with the idea of hostel economy, where we'll put an emphasis on upskilling and reskilling of our people, to say that at least the people who are sitting in the hostel, they must possess some skills. Initially, we were advocating for buildings to be revamped, for the refurbishment of buildings and hostels. But when December came, I also took note that people can't take these buildings, these fancy buildings, to their rural homes. So they need, there's a need for people to be truly skilled, to be truly empowered, so that they can even go and partake on the route for enterprise development. And there are so many opportunities in business. And what we find that government is not working in alignment with the people that are poor in the hostels. Yes.
And you speak about skills, for those living in, these hostels to obtain the various skills. By that, how will it work? How will, people be able to take advantage of these opportunities, those living in these hostels?
The plan is to partner with the Gauteng government, partner with Department of Higher Learning. I mean, all these UIF departments that offers these kind of opportunities of skills. So that is how we plan to do it. And then the target is on youth, is on older people in the hostel, so that everybody can be actually eventually feel part of this, being part of the community of this country, of South Africa.
And what sort of skills, will people be able to obtain through this initiative, in which you started, and of course, partnering with the Gauteng government?
No, we're looking for basic skills. We're looking for basic skills for survival. We're looking for manual skills. People must be able to be trained from plumbing. Youth must be trained on call center. We already partnered with one of the world's biggest call center, CCI, who is fast employing people in our youth in the rural areas and all over. And now we've also put a focus to say, please, let us have more focus on our youth that are also based in hostels, because we want these youth and these hostel dwellers, to be the last citizens to stay in hostels. As things stand, people of South Africa, a lot of them, they're really comfortable living their life whilst we've got these people that are just behind. So it's not going to last very long that we see another chaos, South Africa going into chaos, unless something is done about it. and even people who were heading these skills development departments, they still confess themselves that there's still a serious mismatch of skills. After 30 years of democracy, boiler making are still at the top of the charter when it's come to shortage of these skills. So there's a need for relevant skills for people to build their businesses, for people to be able to be absorbed by the mainstream economy. As it stands, people can no longer recruit. You know, in the old days, companies like Toyota will go and recruit in the hostels. Big companies will go to look for skills and they'll find the skills. Today is no longer the case. There's a situation that we're at. So we find that people have neglected these communities. In fact, they've now been known as a nest for crime, where when they look for one of the most dangerous criminals in the country, they seem to be always going to hostels, but they'll never go there to look to empower, to look to say, how do we make sure that these people live well? Even this whole idea of people saying that hostels are family unit. Hostels are not in the process to be just family unit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done for the hostel to actually reach that level of being family unit.
And Prince Africa, how has this been received by, the hostel dwellers when it comes to the various skills that, will be available for them to take advantage of?
They are very excited. They are very excited. They are looking forward to this intervention because this is an initiative I drove even way before when I did a job for advocacy in the Department of Art and Culture. So I've been working with them. We've been doing a lot of our research and observing the situation that are faced by the people in the hostels. If you will know what went on during the COVID-19 days, people in the hostels were living in water, literally in dams, with no food, closed down inside. You're talking about dignified fathers of the Zulu nation. And people are not very, very, very happy. The train for South Africa is moving. It looks like it's a car for investors only. But when it's come to our people, even when we have to talk to our ministers, like the Minister of Trade, I've been wanting to see the Minister of Trade. He's been very, very busy, but you see him when it's come to going to meet the white people companies. So these are the problems that we're facing. That this country, the hostels are only needed when they must come to do the voting. Once the voting began, people who think that they are untouchable, they no longer care about the hostels. And the hostels are very, very mad about the situation.
All right. Prince Africa, thank you so much for your time and then for that insight when it comes to this initiative in which you have started. That's Prince Africa Zulu from the Onkweni Royal House, just telling us more about his partnership with the Gauteng government in terms of giving back and equipping hostel dwellers with the necessary skills.